This is Stu Ellis with your Illinois Corn Connection, brought to you by Illinois Corn. Smoke from the Canadian forest fires has filtered down to the eastern Corn Belt, and Illinois crop physiologist Fred Below says it has reduced sunlight on our corn crop.
Yeah, Stu, last week there was a couple of days where the sky wasn't blue, and we said, "What's going on here?" And that was the Canadian smoke, and clearly the sun wasn't as intense then. And yes, smoke, clouds, they block the sun, and that means we don't have high enough light intensity. But guess what? Right now the crop isn't intercepting all the light. There's a lot of light that's hitting the ground. And so the issue now is not necessarily the intensity of the radiation, but it's how much of that radiation the crop's intercepting. So no, Stu, I don't think that the intensity of light blocked by the smoke is having any negative effect on the crop. Now, if it was at pollinating time, or the period right around pollinating time, clouds at pollinating time block the sun, decrease solar radiation, I'd worry more about smoke and particulate matter then. I'll tell you what we are worried a little bit about, Stu, right now is dryness.
And it's dry in a lot of places. We've been getting a little shower here and there once in a while, but the crop is working pretty hard to keep from rolling leaves too much.
It is. At least they're not rolling early in the morning, Stu. So there are pockets of dryness. We got a little precipitation last night that's got us feeling pretty good. And people are saying is this dryness affecting the yield potential of the crop? And I want to say the answer is no, not yet. There is enough soil moisture if you go down. So we clearly have enough soil moisture for the crop as it exists now. Now, the future is another story. We're going to need some timely rains. But right now we haven't limited the yield potential due to the drought. Obviously, we need the rain in the future.
All right. Connor Sybil is with us, and Connor, we talked about this time last year when it started getting really dry, and this area of Illinois was a bullseye of drought, but you turned out to getting a pretty good crop last year, so we really don't have to worry too much, like Fred says, about dryness right now.
Yep, Stu, exactly. Especially this time of year, the crop's not that big. It's not using as much water as it will later in the season. We are getting to those growth stages where that crop takes off, right? It seems to double in size overnight. And so that is, the future, though, and we'll worry about that when it gets here. But right now, I'm not too concerned. And last year's a great example. We were walking plots in June, 10:30 in the morning. That corn was rolled, and, some people were a little worried, a little nervous. And then we got the yields back at the end of the year. It's a season-long game. That's the key. We got a lot of season left to make up a lot of that yields, so not too concerned yet as it stands today.
I know you got a lot of research plots around the state, and you probably visit them several times a day. It seems like, anyway. What have you seen around the state as far as corn? Are there any spots that you get concerned about, or are you happy with everything the way it looks?
There's a spot here or there, field here or there that maybe got really heavy rain, some replanting, some random spots. But no, across the state, from the south to the north, things look pretty good. I was actually just on vacation, northern Wisconsin, traveling up, and coming back a week later, the crop seemed like a new crop already. Bright, green, dark, especially in the central Illinois, northern Illinois blocks. So crop looks pretty good. We're pretty pleased with how the state's getting along a good start so far.
That was your Illinois Corn Connection. I'm Stu Ellis. To learn more about how Illinois Corn is working for you, visit www.ilcorn.org.